All right, presentation.
Hi, I'm Danielson.
And I'm Ciaran Hanningan.
And we're just going to rehash our presentation that we brought to Barcelona, which was PhoneStar. And our goal was to turn an ordinary vehicle into a smart one. And our motivation for this was that a lot of people are repaying for things that they already own. And if you pay for OnStar, you're paying for something on the vehicle to do calculation, and the phone itself is a portable computer, so we could use that. And services that OnStar provide you are internet access, and we have that on the phone as well. And through using a device that Ciaran's going to show you in a minute, we could also query the vehicle for information. And here's also a quick overview of the manufacturing market share. This is just from 2011 statistics, but GE is here in the blue, and you can see that they have 20% of the automobile market for 2010. And our application is able to cover the entire pie instead of just a piece of it. So that's good. All right, currently, our first implementation, we used the accelerometer, and it wasn't very effective. We could detect car accidents as well as speed bumps and potholes. So we pushed away from that design, and we used the onboard diagnostic device.
Okay, well, this is the onboard diagnostic device, OBD2. You can see the picture right there. The US EPA made it mandatory for all cars after 1996 to have this as a standardized, to include a standardized set of diagnostic codes. From this thing you can query all sorts of things, from like vehicle speed, RPMs, VIN number, and the like. And those are all good. We plan on using those things to include a wide array to make our application more verbose. But what we need most importantly from here is we can also query is the diagnostic trouble codes. So the diagnostic trouble codes are basically what set off your check engine light. And there's 4 categories of them, and the one that we're most interested in is the body. And what we're trying to query is if you're airbag deployed. Now there's a lot of airbag deployment, like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, side airbags and all that. So luckily for us, EPA required a specific set to have for airbag deployment. All right, so how does it work? When we activate PhoneStar, it connects to this OBD device, and from there, we will start to monitor your car as you drive. And we will continually check for the DTC codes. And if your airbag's deployed, we will set off this alert system that we have here. So we will then ask if you're all right, and if you do not respond within a given timeout period, we will then fire off our alert system that will then go off, send a text message to the emergency contact, which you'll have in your shared preferences, and it will send in a text message GPS coordinates of the location of the car accident. It will also call your emergency contact and put your phone on speakerphone to see if they can get any kind of information from you.
And then we have a short video that was filmed.
Yeah, we filmed this on the top floor of the parking garage in the airport before we took off. So.
There's no sound.
Yeah.
But you expected there to be sound because somebody's talking.
Yeah, we expected it. So right now he's plugging it up, and every vehicle has one, generally right down to the left of the steering wheel. Some of them are up in there a little bit hidden, but this was a 2000 Civic, so it was just dangling. So you plug it in right there, and and then the lights turn on to show that it's on. And you connect to it, and then right here we'll be getting it was just activated. You can see the little caution symbols on them. And then once it blanks out, it starts to get the readings. So right now the car is idling, and we didn't want to deploy an airbag, so we just monitored the RPMs to trigger the alert process. So you can see his leg is kind of moving toward, he's revving it.
Yeah. Yeah, we had it break.
Is that what happened when it dropped back to 766, even though you're flooring it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But we had to go at 2,500 RPM, so then
The
it broke.
car actually died when we were filming it.
Yeah, but
So.
we don't have that.
Because you were hacking it.
Yeah, and you can see that he's calling it. There's me filming him in the reflection.
You see the speaker's been turned on, and so that. Yeah.
And then also, the entire application runs in a service, so it's all in the back. So our future works, we wanted to do Android Dash, which would just be kind of like the sync technology, except our own flavor on Android. And what we'd want to do is put a tablet within the dashboard, and then use that to control media player, weather information, GPS, navigation. If you're low on fuel, it can tell you where gas stations are, and connect to the internet to find prices and things like that. So right now I'm just showing that it's running in the background.
Yeah, it still activates.
How did you make it detect you were in an accident?
When the RPMs went over 2,000, we just had
2,500.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were
This
just
is
doing that instead of
arbitrary,
actually deploying airbags.
Yeah. So it notifies for deployed airbags too?
Yeah.
Sweet. Very nice.
So yeah, in a nutshell, that was our application.
And then also, there was a guy from Nokia there, so we added that line for European onboard diagnostics.
And since we were in Barcelona, that guy maybe wanted to hear something about the European side. So which was sweet because that also was supported and made mandatory in 2001. So we could take that from there until now.
Any questions?
I have I guess, somewhat of a question, or maybe a contribution. I know OnStar gets a lot of like the noise, but in fact, Ford has the sync system, and the sync system actually will synchronize using some data transmission, either Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, between a cell phone and an actual dashboard. And their dashboard actually has customizable areas that can not only just display some kind of vehicle data, but can literally like drop out and display your phone's MP3 player. So, have you looked at, or do you plan on looking at potentially integrating with that?
Yeah, actually, we met with one person saw ours and he really liked ours, and he said he has a friend in Ford and he would forward us to him. So we looked at the sync technology a little bit, and they have an API for it, and for Windows phones, as I saw. So
It's Windows only?
yeah.
So far, yeah.
So at the moment, that's what we're looking at.
But also, like what we were targeting is more of like the average car, because I know the sync technology is out on a lot of the newer cars, but as far as vehicles, like the average age of a vehicle now is around like 10 years for passenger cars. So that puts around like pretty bad 2000 Civic.
Yeah.
And so with this works on every vehicle after 1996, because it just uses the onboard diagnostic, whereas a lot of the other things will use the CAN bus network or their own kind of their own flavor, like the sync. So that's everything.
All right, let's give our presenters a round of applause.